Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today we're exploring one of the most rewarding aspects of landscaping, designing a charming flower garden for the front yard, with a special focus on optimizing even small spaces with beautiful flower beds right before the house. If you're passionate about discovering creative landscaping ideas, especially for maximizing curb appeal, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Let's begin. A rustic flower garden is more than a collection of plants. It's an expression of warmth, nostalgia, and natural beauty. Its charm lies in its appealing simplicity and organic feel, where the elements of nature seamlessly blend with the garden's structure. The journey begins with the layout. For a rustic front yard garden, opt for a design that feels open and inviting yet richly layered with depth and interest. Meandering pathways, asymmetrical flower beds, and cozy seating areas are all hallmarks of this style. Instead of rigid lines and geometric patterns, aim for a layout that echoes the natural flow of the countryside, where every corner feels like an invitation to explore. Start with the heart of the garden, the flower beds. Rustic flower beds should feel lush and informal, overflowing with a delightful mix of colors, textures, and fragrances. To achieve this, select a combination of perennials and annuals that complement each other while blooming at different stages of the year. Delphiniums, daisies, hollyhocks, and lavender are classic choices for a rustic aesthetic. These flowers not only provide a burst of color, but also attract pollinators like bees and butterflies, adding vitality and movement to your garden. For a more natural look, consider layering your plantings. Place graceful taller flowers like sunflowers or foxgloves at the back of the bed, medium-height plants like echinacea and black-eyed Susans in the middle, and low-growing ground covers like fragrant creeping thyme or sweet alyssum at the front. This tiered approach creates visual depth and ensures that each plant has its moment to shine. Allow some plants to spill over the edges of the beds or paths. This seemingly slight untidiness is part of the charm of a rustic garden. Specifically addressing the challenge of optimizing a small front yard, Creating beautiful flower beds right in front of the house is key. This prime location demands thoughtful plant selection to maximize impact without overwhelming the space. Consider using a tiered approach even in narrow beds. Perhaps taller, slender plants against the foundation, mid-height colorful perennials in the middle, and low-growing, neat edging plants at the front. Choosing vibrant, long-blooming flowers ensures continuous appeal and effectively frames the entrance, making even a compact yard feel lush and welcoming. The lawn plays a significant role in a rustic front yard, serving as a green canvas that ties all the elements together. Unlike a formal, perfectly manicured lawn, a rustic lawn can happily embrace a more relaxed look. Consider incorporating clover or wildflower seeds into the grass to create a meadow-like effect. This not only reduces maintenance but also enhances the garden's natural feel. If you prefer a more traditional lawn, frame it with generous flower beds or stone pathways to integrate it seamlessly into the rustic theme. A porch garden is a delightful addition to a rustic front yard, extending the charm of the garden to your home's entrance. Use the porch as a showcase for potted plants, hanging baskets, and climbing vines. Terracotta pots, weathered wooden crates, and galvanized metal tubs make excellent rustic containers. Arrange them strategically in varying heights and groupings to create a layered, dynamic look. Pathways are another essential feature of a rustic garden, guiding visitors through the space and linking different areas. A winding gravel path bordered by flowering plants or low hedges creates a sense of pleasant journey and discovery. For a more textured look, use stepping stones interspersed with creeping ground covers like moss or sedum. The sound of gravel crunching underfoot or the sight of flowers spilling onto the path enhances the overall sensory experience of the garden. In a rustic garden, the materials you choose are just as important as the plants. Opt for natural, authentically weathered materials that blend seamlessly with the landscape. Wooden fences, stone walls, and wrought iron accents add distinctive character and structure without overshadowing the plants. A rustic bench placed under a shade tree, or a simple wooden swing, hanging from a sturdy branch, can create a cozy spot to sit and appreciate the garden. Fragrance is an often overlooked element in garden design, but it plays a vital role in creating a truly immersive experience. Incorporate aromatic plants like roses, jasmine, and honeysuckle to fill the air with their sweet scent. Herbs like thyme, mint, and rosemary can be planted along pathways or near seating areas, releasing their delightful fragrance when brushed against. Subtle lighting enhances the evening mood. String lights, lanterns, or solar-powered stake lights can create a warm, inviting glow in the evenings. Place them along pathways, around seating areas, or nestled among plants to highlight the garden's best features. Seasonal changes can add another layer of interest to your rustic garden. Choose plants that provide consistent year-round appeal, from spring bulbs like tulips and daffodils to summer blooms like zinnias and cosmos. In the fall, ornamental grasses and asters can add warm hues, while evergreen shrubs or holly berries provide structure and color during the winter. Embracing the changing seasons ensures that your garden remains vibrant and engaging throughout the year. Expanding on pathways and garden structures. Pathways and structures are the backbone of a rustic garden, guiding visitors and creating a sense of purposeful flow. While we've already touched on the idea of gravel paths and stepping stones, there's so much more you can do to make these elements stand out. For pathways, consider incorporating mosaic designs using broken pottery or colorful stones to add a personal and artistic touch. You can also use natural wood slices as stepping stones, particularly if your garden has a woodland-inspired vibe. These wood slices, thoughtfully treated to resist weathering, blend beautifully with the surrounding plants and add a playful element to your garden. Arches, trellises, and pergolas can also serve as stunning features in your rustic garden. A wooden archway covered in climbing roses or wisteria creates a magical entrance to your garden, while a pergola draped with grapevines or morning glories can provide shade and define an outdoor living area. Rustic trellises made from natural branches or reclaimed wood can support climbing plants like clematis, sweet peas, or ivy, adding vertical interest and a sense of gentle enclosure. If you want to incorporate rustic fencing, consider using split-rail fences or woven willow panels. These materials not only define the boundaries of your garden, but also enhance its inherent rustic charm. Allow flowering plants or vines to spill over the fence, softening its edges and creating a seamless blend between the garden and its surroundings. Seasonal themes and decorations. A truly remarkable rustic flower garden evolves with the seasons, offering new colors, textures, and atmospheres throughout the year. By planning your garden with seasonal interest in mind, you can ensure it remains vibrant and inviting no matter the time of year. In spring, focus on early blooms like tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths to create a fresh and cheerful atmosphere. Add decorative touches like birdhouses, pastel-colored planters, or a vintage watering can filled with fresh-cut flowers. Spring is also the perfect time to clean up any debris from winter and refresh your garden beds with compost or mulch. Summer is the season when your garden will likely be at its peak. This is the time for bold, colorful blooms like zinnias, cosmos, and sunflowers. Incorporate seasonal decor such as rustic picnic setups, hammocks under shade trees, or a small garden fountain to enhance the relaxed summer vibe. Autumn brings a rich, warm palette of oranges, yellows, and deep reds. Swap out summer plants for beloved fall favorites like chrysanthemums, asters, and ornamental kale. Decorate with pumpkins, hay bales, and dried corn stalks to celebrate the harvest season. This is also a great time to add a fire pit or outdoor heater to extend your enjoyment of the garden as the weather cools. In winter, focus on the structural elements of your garden, such as evergreen shrubs, bare tree branches, and hardscaping. Add seasonal decorations like wreaths made from pine cones and holly, or wrap fairy lights around trees and fences to create a cozy, welcoming atmosphere. Engaging the senses. A truly immersive garden engages more than just the eyes. By designing with all 5 senses in mind, you can create a space that feels rich and alive, drawing people into its beauty on a much deeper level. Sight. While flowers and foliage provide the visual foundation of your garden, adding layers of texture and color can enhance its visual appeal. Use contrasting leaf shapes, such as the feathery fronds of ferns next to the broad, spiky leaves of yucca. Incorporate plants that change color throughout the seasons, such as Japanese maples or hydrangeas that shift from green to shades of red, orange, or even purple. Consider adding reflective surfaces, like a small pond or a polished stone, to catch and play with sunlight. Smell. Fragrance plays a powerful role in evoking emotion and memory. Include aromatic plants like lavender, honeysuckle, jasmine, and roses to create a beautiful symphony of scents. For a dynamic sensory experience, plant herbs like thyme and mint along pathways, so their fragrance is released when brushed. Seasonal smells, like pine in winter or the sweet scent of hyacinths in spring, can make your garden feel alive throughout the year. Sound. The sounds of nature are an integral part of a rustic garden. Incorporate elements that create gentle, relaxing sounds, such as a bubbling fountain, a small waterfall, or a wind chime made from natural materials like bamboo or shells. Attracting birds with feeders and bird baths can add the melody of birdsong, while rustling grasses and the crunch of gravel paths create subtle yet grounding background sounds. Taste. Edible plants are a perfect addition to a rustic garden. Herbs like basil, rosemary, and parsley can be used for cooking, while fruit-bearing plants like strawberries, blueberries, or even a small apple tree bring a practical and rewarding element. You could also grow edible flowers like nasturtiums, violets, or calendula to add color and flavor to salads or desserts. Advanced landscaping techniques for a rustic garden. A rustic garden may look effortless, but its beauty often lies in the thoughtful planning and techniques that go into its creation. To elevate your garden to the next level, consider incorporating advanced landscaping methods that enhance its functionality and overall aesthetic appeal. Terracing and levels. If your front yard is on a slope, terracing can be an excellent way to create distinct planting areas while also helping to prevent erosion. Use natural materials like stone or wood to build retaining walls, and plant each level with a mix of flowers, shrubs, and ground covers for a cascading effect. Vertical gardening. If space is limited, vertical gardening can help you effectively maximize your planting area. Use trellises, arbors, or wall-mounted planters to grow climbing plants like clematis, morning glories, or runner beans. Vertical gardens can also serve as living walls, softening fences, or the side of your home. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of rustic front yard garden design. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might find it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to Outdoor Oasis Ideas and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. We hope these ideas inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.